Starting live video. Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm Dr. Kevin Jarina, and today we're talking about Decode Your Pain. So whether you have new pain, chronic pain, emotional pain, life pain, there's a reason for it. And tonight we're going to dive into what those reasons are, what life is trying to show you, what our bodies are trying to show you. So stay tuned. There's a link on the description. If you're looking for the book, if you're looking for the ebook, go there, get on board with the Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm Dr. Kevin Jarina, and today we're talking about Decode Your Pain. So whether you have new pain, chronic pain, emotional pain, life pain, there's a reason for it. And tonight we're going to dive into what those reasons are, what life is trying to show you, what our bodies are trying to show you. So stay tuned. There's a link on the description. If you're looking for the book, if you're looking for the ebook, go there, get on board with the Facebook page and purchase the book, download the book, and start reading and studying for yourself. I'm here tonight in Oakland, New Jersey, right next door to Audubon, New Jersey, and I'm at Sacred Green Earth, an amazing bookstore here, all kinds of phenomenal products, things to help you grow personally, things to help you grow spiritually, things to help you grow in every aspect of your life. So thank you everyone for coming. Like I said, my name is Dr. Kevin Jarina, and today we're talking about Decode Your Pain. So what I'd like to start with tonight is kind of the inspiration of what brought this book about. And this is a question I often get. How did I come up with this material? What inspired me in my life? And essentially the nuts and bolts of it is I was at the lowest point in my life. Between a rock and a hard place, as people say. And this was in my mid-20s. I had been going through graduate school, and I had some problems in my life, and without me knowing any better, I ended up solving them with anger, and I solved them with alcohol, and I solved them with cigarettes and other things to distract me, to take my attention away. And ultimately, as I was uncertain how to deal with my life's problems, I was forced further and further down until there was nothing else to do but become vulnerable, to become aware that whatever I was doing and how I was doing it was not the way forward that was going to bring me success. And when I say success in life, that means good relationships, it means having a good energy, it means having good feelings in life, that your body can move well. Even if you have a pain, your body can overcome and adapt over that. That's what I mean by life success. And so really this book was spawned by my teachers. This book came about because of the hard places I kept getting myself into, and I couldn't figure out what to do. I had to let go of the definitions of what I felt as success. I had to let go of the definitions that I held on to as this is the way to get good results in life. And so I had to shift what I believed. And fortunately, I had great teachers in my life that showed me how to do these things step by step. And so this book, Decode Your Pain, is the description of life philosophy, a way to look at life that can begin to shift the results you get in life. And as you start getting those shifts in those results, meaning better outcomes, more favorable responses, better relationships, it may even be more income, you are shifting your story. You are shifting your energy pattern. You are shifting how you look and see life. Therefore, you get different results. And that's what this book's about. It's about getting better results. So, chapter 1, it's titled Symptoms Are the Story. And in this chapter, I go through my story a bit, and I go through what I mean by symptoms are the story. And I want you to consider that our symptoms are analogous to our check engine light in our car. Or if you don't have a car, anything that you use that has a warning light to tell you something isn't accurate, something isn't working correctly. That's what pain is in our body. Now the causes can be varied. There's physical causes, there's of course nutritional causes and toxins that can cause things, but there's also our mental and emotional state that can lead us to experience problems, experience pains. And so this is what this book is highlighted on. Now I asked the people here in the audience to take a look at a chapter in the book or a page in the book and start to read and to come up with a question. So right now, does anyone have a thought, a concern, a question, uncertainty about, or maybe perhaps more clarification on something that's in the book?
Okay, when you mention pain, do you mean, like today, I went to work, it was fine, and then I got a pain in my knee? Are you talking about that pain, or is there a way to relieve that pain without, if it's not happening all the time?
Okay, so yes, I am talking about that type of pain, like a physical knee pain, though I'm also talking about emotional pain. I'm also talking about situations in life, getting pulled over by the police, getting stuck in a long line at the grocery store. Even these things, they're cluing us into something. Okay, so let's talk about the physical knee pain. Well, there could be physical reasons, something to do with your chair, your shoes, maybe even how you walk. The common misperception is our body is working appropriately all the time, where most times our body has had some type of incident in our life and it's working in an adaptive way. Adaptive. That means a way that has to, what's the word I'm looking for? It has to change from working at its optimal to working at a lower state. So your knee, for example, okay? Something changed in your body. The pressure is now on the knee. So that's an adaptation response, meaning your body had to shift or move or align itself differently to account for whether it's your foot or something in your neck or your back or even your arm that changed, causing every muscle, causing every bone to shift its way it moves and responds, even slightly, putting more pressure on your knee, therefore you get knee pain. So that's the complicated factors of, well, what's causing what? And that's a much more detailed discussion, and that's where I go over that material in Becoming Your Own Healer, which is another class that I'll be teaching more of. In fact, I'm building a whole network of classes around that topic of how do we identify, I know you attended one of those earlier sessions, how do we identify what to do to help unlock the area that got stuck, leading to some type of pain somewhere.
So all pain is begins in your mind?
Well, there's an argument for that.
Okay.
So what's called the 7 laws or the 7 universal laws or the 7 natural laws, that's law number 1. All is mentalism, meaning all starts in the mind. There's other 6 laws that complement that and begin to feather out that conversation. So let's talk about that. I believe, I don't remember the exact chapter I mentioned it, but we'll talk about body language, okay? What kind of body language does someone who's happy have? Are their shoulders up or they're down and slouching forward? Up. How about their expression on their face? Do you think someone who's having a good day has a smile or a frown?
Smile.
Smile, yeah. So those are the big movements we can see from afar. But when you have a conversation with someone, you can almost instinctively begin to figure out some of the things that are going on in their life. They're having a good day, they're having a bad day. Things are fortunate for them today, things are not fortunate for them today. And so that's a very broad way of defining someone, though you can see the trends. And as someone begins to study those non-physical cues, that non-verbal communication, body language, there's a very deep study, very deep science, lots of research that the range of percentage of communication that's non-verbal, meaning you can tell what someone's like or what someone's going through that day, up to like 97% is non-verbal in some studies. Some people will go as low as 80%. But that's still a vast majority of the communication going on. That's not because of the words. And that's the lesson of life. That's the classroom of life that we're in from birth. We're just downloading what it is to be a human being the first 7 years. And then we get to try out what it is to be a human being when we turn 8, 9, 10 years old. And then that's when a lot of things start to smack us in the face, so to speak. When we're becoming those teenager years, we're separating, we're becoming independent, and we're trying out what we thought life to be and how the rules of life are. And then things happen, situations happen, and the way we think life needs to be working, the way we go about life, it isn't working. And so our bodies start to break down. There's a wonderful researcher, her name's Candace Pert, and I mentioned her in the book. And what she was able to discover was that when we have a thought that has an emotion that connects to it, our body is instantly flooded with these hormones, these biochemicals, the chemicals our body produces naturally. Our body is flooded with them. Instantaneously, every cell in our body is receiving the message, bringing that hormone into the cell. The cells, that the instructions are read, the cell then follows the instructions and plays out the instructions, and the function of the cell changes. In an instant, every cell in our body is responding and doing something different based on the emotional message it received. And the emotional message is sent through these hormones and these biochemicals, and the instructions are played out. So when someone has a joyful thought, literally the DNA of that individual is changing and expanding. And this is Western science telling us this. I believe the groundbreaking research was done by Dr. Bruce Lipton. And this woman, Dr. Candace Pert, expanded on it and was able to show these things. So let's talk about your knee again. I'll pick on you, okay? So your knee, if I flip to the back of the book, or if you have the PDF ebook version, it's at the very end of the book. This is not the most extensive list out there, but I brought some lists together, and I started to note what areas of the body go with what symbolism or what metaphors of life. So if you look at knee, for example, it has to do with flexibility or inflexibility of life, willingness or unwillingness, giving into ego or not giving into ego, our decisions, our pride, our ego, our stubbornness. And if you look at the chakra system, there's the seven main energy centers. The knees and lower body relate to, I believe, the first and second chakra, probably one more than the other. And a lot of that is our foundations of life, where we get our love, where we have our housing, where we get our food from, our income, the things we use to survive. And if that is shifting in our life, if that's changing, or if our definitions are changing of that, then there can be susceptibility to a physical injury. Some people will even say, because there's a belief system associated with that energy, you'll get events and circumstances and people coming into